Hello students and welcome back to our online session. Today we are going to discuss the interprocess communication. In that we will see the message passing model. Before moving further, just recall the previous session. In previous session, we learned what is interprocess communication and the shared memory system. Interprocess communication is the mechanism for cooperating processes to communicate with each other is called as interprocess communication. In the operating system, there are two types of processes, that is independent processes and cooperating processes. A processes which do not share anything with other processes is called as independent processes. The processes which share the data and information to other processes is called as cooperating processes, and the interprocess communication which allow to exchange the data and information between them. So cooperative processes provide the interprocess communication. There are two ways by which interprocess communication is achieved, that is shared memory and message passing. In previous lecture we will see what is the shared memory system. In shared memory system, the processes which allow two processes to share data or information using shared memory region is known as shared memory system. Here take example of two processes, that is process P1 and process P2. Both are established their shared region to attach its address space, and by using this shared region they are communicate to each other. In shared memory system, the kernel assistants are not interfere for the communication. The example of shared memory system, that is the producer and consumer problem. The processes are also responsible for ensuring that they are not writing to the same location simultaneously. So the solution of the producer consumer problem is that a producer process produces information that is consumed by a consumer processes. It is like a compiler may produce assembly code which is consumed by an assembler. The assembler in turn may produce object modules which are consumed by the loader. The producer consumer problem also provides a useful metaphor, that is the symbol for the client server example. Generally, server as a producer and client as a consumer. The example of client server, that is the web browser or web server, produce the HTML files and images which are consumed by the client web browser requesting the resources. Consumed means that are read by the browsers. It is the example of shared memory system. Today we are going to discuss the interprocess communication, that is the message passing model. Here a message passing model are easy for exchanging small amount of data as there are no much conflict. Message passing phenomenon is easier than shared memory model for interprocess communication. but shared memory model are fast than message passing model. The system where the processes communicate with each other by passing message to each other without showing their address space is known as message passing system. Communication among the user processes is accomplished through the passing of messages. Just in the last session, we have to see that cooperating processes use shared memory technique to communicate with each other. In this technique, processes uses shared memory region. Another way is message passing, where individual processes passes messages to each other through the communication. In message passing mechanism, processes can just pass the message to each other without sharing of their address spaces. This type of communication is mainly used in distributed environment. In distributed environment, the processes may reside even on different computers which are connected by the network. The best example to illustrate message passing system is the chatting messages, which takes place on the World Wide Web, where multiple users chat from different locations. They exchange messages among them from different location or nodes. Here it shows the working of message passing model. There are two processes, that is process A and process B wants to communicate with each other by using message passing model. Here both are send the messages to the kernel and through that kernel read the messages. Means here process A and process B wants to communicate with each other without using their shared memory region. First, process A send a message to the kernel and that message is used to the process B from its kernel. Means the kernel assistant is interfere in the message passing model. There are two operations are used to communicate the messages, that is send operation and receive operation. Send to send the message and receive operation to receive the message. Message sent by the processes are of either fixed or variable size. System level implementation is straightforward if the message sent are of the fixed length. For variable length, the complexity is more, so system level implementation become complicated. Let's consider that the process A and process B, these are the two processes which wants to communicate with each other. There should be a communication link which will facilitate both processes to send and receive the messages. Here used the logical link, not the physical link. This link should be useful to execute send or receive operations. If A and B wish to communicate, they need to establish a communication link between them and then exchange the message via send and receive operations. Implementation of communication link, it may be physical or logical. Physical, it is used in shared memory, and logical, which is used in logical properties in message passing. There are certain methods to access the operations that are direct or indirect communication, that is the naming, synchronous and asynchronous communication, and automatic or explicit buffering. In direct communication, naming is used. In that, under direct communication, each process that wants to communicate must explicitly name the recipient or sender of the communication. Means processes which wish to communicate with each other need to know each other with their name for the identification. Here for the communication, name is very important for the identification. In direct communication, each process that want to communicate must be explicitly use name. Means strictly name is used for the sender as well as receiver while communication. In this type, the send and receive primitives are defined. First operation, that is the send. Here syntax is the name of sender and message. Here in our diagram there are two processes, that is process A and process B. Process A wants to send data to the process B, so syntax is send A comma message. Here send a message to process A, and second receive, who received the message, that is the process B, so name of process B, that is the B, and message. Here receive a message from the process B. The communication in the direct communication has some properties, that is links are established automatically. Means between every pair of process that wants to communicate, the process needs to know only each other identity to communicate, that is the name. Second, a link is associated with exactly one pair of communicating processes. Next, between each pair there exists exactly one link, and the link may be unidirectional but is usually bidirectional. The recent scheme symmetry in addressing of both sender process and receiver process. Another slightly different method is asymmetry, which allow only sender to give name to the server. Receiver do not need to address sender. In this case, operation like send and receive, that is send a comma message. Here send a message to process A, and in receive operation it does not require any address of sender. Means syntax is receive id comma message, receive a message from any processes. The variable id is set to the name of the processes with which communication has taken place. Disadvantage of both the scheme of direct communication is limited modularity of the resulting process definition. This hard coding technique of identifier not desirable than techniques involving indirection. Now we are going to discuss the indirect communication. In indirect communication, messages are sent to and received from mailbox. A mailbox can be viewed abstractly as an object into which message can be placed by processes and from which message can be removed. Means In an indirect communication, the message could be sent or received from mailbox or ports. A mailbox can be viewed as an object in which message can be kept or removed. Each mailbox is associated with the unique number. Two processes can communicate with each other if they have shared a mailbox by both sender and receiver processes. The send and receive operation could be defined, that is, send a comma message means send a message to mailbox of A. And receive a comma message, receive message from the mailbox of A. Is the difference between direct and indirect communication. The indirect communication, it has some properties of communication link. Link established only if processes share a common mailbox. Means if both member of processes share same mailbox, then and then only a communication link can be established between them. Next, a link may be associated with many processes. Means there could be association of more than two processes with the communication link. And one mailbox may have multiple links. Means link may be unidirectional or bidirectional. There is a one second example, that is, there are three processes, that is process P1, process P2 and process P3, and all of them share mailbox A. There is a common mailbox, that is the mailbox A. If process P1 send message to mailbox A and process P2 and P3 both try to receive from A, means process P1 send message to the mailbox A, and mailbox A, it is a common mailbox which is shared between process P1, P2 and P3. So process P2 and P3 both try to receive the message from the mailbox A. Then who will receive the message depend on the properties, like allow a link to get associated with maximum two processes, permit a single process at a time to execute receive operation, lets the system choose randomly which process will receive the message first. System can use an algorithm to make the choice of receiver. The system may recognize the receiver to the sender. A mailbox can be owned by processes or even by an operating system. If process owns a mailbox, that means mailbox is attached to address space of process. This process is called as owner of mailbox, who has right of receiving mails from other processes. The other category is user, where other processes are user who can only send messages to this mailbox and owner can only access these messages. Each mailbox has only owners. When the owner process is terminated, then mailbox gets disappear. User processes are smart enough that they do not send message to the mailbox which does not exist. On the other hand, the mailbox which is owned by operating system has its own existence. It is independent and not attached with any processes. The operating system should support the following mechanism, that is create a new mailbox, send and receive message through the mailbox, and delete a mailbox. The process which create mailbox become the owner of that mailbox, which can be default receive the messages. The ownership and privileges of the owner process can be transferred by the system to other processes. Means in indirect communication, the important thing, that is the mailbox, which is common in the processes. So there are two types of mailbox, that is processes own its own mailbox, or the mailbox which is created by the operating system. Next method, that is the synchronization. Message passing may be either blocking or non-blocking. Means communication between processes take place through the system calls. To send and receive primitives, a special design is required for the implementation of these primitives. First, message passing of two types in synchronization, that is blocking and non-blocking. They are also known as synchronous and asynchronous communication. First, blocking synchronization. In that, blocking send and blocking receive. In that, blocking send has the sender block until the message is received. Means this is for blocking the sending processes or operation still the message is received by the receiving processes or mailbox. Means sender is blocked until the message is received from receiver. Second, that is the blocking receive, has the receiver blocked until a message is available. Means the receiver blocks the receiver till the message is available to it from the sender. The second is non-blocking, is considered as asynchronous. In that, non-blocking sending. Non-blocking send has the sender send the message and continue sending. Means non-blocking sending allows sending the message and resuming its operation. And the second, non-blocking receive. This blocks the receiver still the message. The receiver can receive a valid message or may receive null. In case of non-blocking receive, has received the valid message, otherwise it will be empty. There are four cases, that is the blocking send, blocking receive, non-blocking send and non-blocking receive. In blocking send, the sender is blocked until the message is received. In blocking receive, in that receiver block until a message is available to it. In non-blocking means in asynchronous method, non-blocking send and non-blocking receiver. In non-blocking send, the sender send the message and continuing the operation. But in non-blocking receive, where receiver receive a valid message, it's a correct message, otherwise it will be empty. There could be different combination of send and receive are flexible. If when send and receive both are blocking, association between sender and receiver is possible. The producer and consumer problem here becomes small when we use blocking send and receive statement. The producer just invoke blocking send call and wait until the message is delivered to receivers or mailbox and receiver or mailbox. Similarly, when consumer invokes receive, it blocks till the message is available to it. It is the synchronization method. Next method, that is the buffering method. Whether communication is direct or indirect, messages exchanged by communicating processes reside in a temporary queue. Basically, such queues can be implemented in three ways. That is zero capacity, bounded capacity and unbounded capacity. First, that is the zero capacity queue. Here, sender must wait for receiver. Means, in zero capacity queue, the size or maximum length of queue is 0. Thus, in this case, the link cannot have any messages waiting in it. Means the sender should be blocked until the recipient receive the message. See, in zero capacity queue, there is 0 messages because it is a fixed size. Means if the size of queue is 0, means the link cannot have any messages waiting in it. The sender should be blocked until the recipient receive the message. Second, unbounded capacity. The sender must wait if link is full. Means it has the finite length. Means bounded capacity means it has fixed length or fixed size. If the size of queue is n, then the number of messages can reside in this queue are n. If the queue is not full, a new message can be sent to it and sender can continue its executing without waiting. The link capacity is finite in this case. If the queue is full, the sender must wait till space get available in the queue. In short, the bounded capacity has fixed size of queue. If the size of queue is n, means in the queue the n number of processes are placed. If the queue is not full, a new messages can be sent to and sender can continue its execution without waiting. In case of full, if the queue is full, then the sender must wait till the space get available in the queue. And third queue, that is the unbounded capacity. In unbounded capacity, there is infinite length, means that is the variable length, not fixed length. The sender never waits. In bounded capacity queue, the sender must wait if the link is full because the other processes want some space in the queue and queue is already full, so sender must to wait. But in unbounded capacity, sender never waits because the length of queue is variable. There is no limit of the size. In unbounded capacity, the length or size of queue is infinite or variable. So, any number of messages can reside on the queue. In this case, sender never waits. These are the buffering. The zero capacity is sometimes called as message system without buffer. The other type is known as system with automatic buffering. In short, buffer, it is used to store the data for the temporary. So, in buffering, use three queues, that is a zero capacity, bounded capacity and unbounded capacity. Zero capacity, there is no messages, means sender must wait for receiver, means just send the message and receiver receive the message. जोपर्यंत सेंडर काय करत नाही, डेटा रिसीव करत नाही, तोपर्यंत तो काय करतो, डेटा काय करतो, सेंडर काय करतो, वेट करतो. बट unbounded capacity, it has a fixed size of that queue. The queue has fixed size, means the queue size is n, then in bounded capacity queue n number of messages are kept. In that situation, sender must wait if queue is full. If the queue is not full, a new message can be sent to and sender can continue its execution without waiting. In unbounded capacity, the length or size of this queue is infinite or variable size, means sender continue send messages and receive messages, means in short, sender never wait for the messages. It is the message passing model. In short, a message passing model is very easy to implement rather than the shared memory technique, because shared memory technique is use the shared memory region of processes, but in message passing, where individual processes passes the message to each other for the communication, means in this mechanism process can just pass the message to each other without sharing of their address space. So it is not complicated. Here two interprocess communication models are completed, that is the shared region and message passing region. In shared region, the kernel assistant is not interrupted because the processes are communicate with each other through the shared region. Shared region is established from their processes address space. But in message passing, there is not any shared region. The processes are pass the messages through the kernel. Thank you.